What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, and I don't know if you can tell from all of my last few deck techs, but I'm wearing the same shirt because I'm recording these all in one day, and boy howdy have I put in a lot of work. Brewing and recording today, and then not realizing that I had my mic muted when I recorded all these the first time, and so I had to record them all again. So here I am, sitting once again at about 12:30 at night, but enough about that. We've got ourselves another Avatar deck tech. Yes, I know. You're probably getting tired of them already. And before you groan, it's another Landfall one. We have a lot of really strong Landfall in here, okay? It's very interesting. Without further ado, let's get into it. We got Toph, Earthbending Master. She's a 2/4 for 3 generic and a green. She has Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you get an experience counter. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I looked everywhere, and there are no mono green cards with experience. It's really sad, because I wanted the deck to revolve around Toph. I really did. But there are no other mono green experience counter decks. Maybe, hopefully, or cards. Maybe we can get some in a later set, because experience counters are really interesting. And then she has, whenever you attack, Earthbend X, where X is the number of experience counters you have, which can get nutty. Nissa, I've already explained this in my Avatar Kyoshi deck, why I put her in here. She just adds so much value to your forests, and then the bonus of animating lands with Earthbend is really good. Now, Toph was in my Kyoshi deck, but I wanted to try to make this a little bit different. Like, Kyoshi had a lot of landfall in there, but wasn't landfall centric. It was more about getting the animated lands, etc. This is going to be landfall centric. You're going to see a lot of the same cards in here, though. So we do have Ashaya just like before, Azusa just like before, and Bristly Bill. We do have Ancient Greed Warden in here, though, which is reach, and you may play lands from your graveyard. And if a land entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it does it a second time. So with Toph, that's really good. Same with our Evolution Sage, right? Like, we have these landfall abilities. Let's use them. Badger Mole and Earthbending Student are both in here to give trample and Vigilance. They also Earthbend as well. We have Disciple of Fraelis, which is when it enters, you can all, by the way, it's also a land, but when it enters, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, gain X life and draw X cards where X is that creature's power. So say you get like 10 experience counters and you Earthbend 10, one of your lands, you can sacrifice it with the Disciple of Fraelis to draw so many cards. We have Haru, Hidden Talent, whenever it or another ally enters, Earthbend 1. Famished World Sire, just like in my Kyoshi deck tech. I love this card. It's been performing really well for me in Azusa, so we are doing it. We have ourselves Kodama of the West Tree. Lets you fetch lands with our modified creatures when they deal damage. Lotus Cobra. Alright, so you know the combo here. We animate a land with Earthbending. Lotus Cobra with Springheart Nantuko bestowed on one of our animated lands. Then all you got to do is bring a land into play, and it starts an infinite combo where you can generate infinite tapped lands. Do it to a forest, and then if you have one of your mana doublers, perfect. We have Lumbra in this deck. Her power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control, and when she enters, you mill 4 cards and then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Nissa can do the same thing as Lotus Cobra. We have Ouroboroi. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you put X/1/1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. This card is very good. I play it in Janara. We have Tifa Lockhart. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, double Tifa Lockhart's power until end of turn. We have Toph, the Blind Bandit. She gets Earthbend 2, and when Toph's power is equal to the number of 1/1 counters on lands you control. She can get very big, very fast. And then, of course, Vorinclex to double our counters and also half the opponent's counters. Now for sorceries. Here's where we have a little bit of different stuff. We do have Sylvan Awakening in this deck. This is until your next turn. All lands you control become 2/2 elementals. With reach, indestructible, and haste. They're still lands. You can still get blown out by Settle the Wreckage if somebody still plays Settle the Wreckage in the year of our Lord 2025. I know I do on Arena. We have Awaken the Woods. Create X 1/1 green forest dryad land tokens. So, like, you're already ramping a bunch, and then you do this. Your landfall triggers so many experience counters, friends. Boundless Realms. Search your library for X basic land cards, where X is the number of lands you control, and then put them onto the battlefield tapped. We've got Cultivate, right? We've got Kodama's Reach, Explore. We have Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, Sky Shroud Claim, Traverse the Outlands, which lets you search for basic lands equal to greatest power. We have 3 visits, Tempt with Discovery, right? I should put Open the Way in here. I like Open the Way. Earth Rumble, Earthbend 2. When you do, up to 1 target creature you control fights another target creature an opponent controls. Then Scape Shift. Sacrifice any number of lands, search your library for that many lands, and put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Do this, activating your Lotus Cobra, and then play Lumber afterwards, and you get all your lands back. Yo, Scape Shift is so good. Also needs a lot more reprints, so that way it's not $65. Come on, Wizards. Let's get on those reprints. This is the one downside about us not having master sets, is that we cannot get sufficient reprints of older cards that they don't want to put into standard. We also have Awakening of Vitugazi. Put 9/1/1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a legendary 0/0 elemental creature with haste named Vitugazi. It's still a land. Crop Rotation lets you get certain lands, like Glacial Chasm is in this deck to help protect you. Cycle of Renewal. Sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped. So it's a lesson Harrow, right? Entish Restoration, Harrow, Roiling Regrowth. You know, these are your fetch spells. We have Fog, Obscuring Haze in here, right? For protection, Heroic Intervention, Snakeskin Veil, Temio Safekeeping, all just like best in class. We have Momentous Fall, which is as an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, and you draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then you gain life equal to its toughness. Then we also have Worldly Tutor, so you can search for a creature card reveal and shuffle your library and put it on that card on top. Artifacts, we got Amulet of Vigor, so if you do something like Scape Shift, your lands are going to come into play untapped. This is also good with all of your basic fetch stuff. We have Crucible of Worlds, so you can play lands from your graveyard. We've got Boots to protect our Toph. We have the Earth Crystal, so that way if 1/1 counters to be put on, you put more. The Ozolith, the Shattered Spires in this one. And we have Panharmonicon to double our landfall triggers. For our enchantments, we have Beastmaster's Ascension. So when we attack, right, and we get all of these things, you get to attack, you put a quest counter on it. As long as it has 7 or more counters, creatures you control get +5/+5. Doubling Seasons in here. We have Defense of the Heart. We have Earth Surge, which is each land gets +2/+2 as long as it's a creature. I did not know this card existed until I looked for good animate land cards on Scryfall. We have Exploration. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. This is from Guild Pact, right? Yeah, Guild Pact. Man, I'm surprised I'd never heard of this card. I played a lot of that old Ravnica. Growing Rights of Iplamok. We have Ride the Shoe Puff, which is a landfall whenever a land enters. You put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So this is just the enchantment version of Bristly Bill, in a way. We have Seismic Tutelage. When this aura enters, you put a 1/1 counter on an enchanted creature. When it attacks, you double the number of 1/1 counters on it. Zendikar Royal. You get a 2/2 green elemental token on landfall. Lands, we got 30 Forests, the Dryad Arbor. We have an Inkmoth Nexus because it's busted with Earthbend. We have Maze of Ith. We have Glacial Chasm to protect us. Yevamaya and Avendo. Overall, pretty straightforward. A little bit different than our Kyoshi deck and other landfall decks. Most of my mono green decks rely on ramping up to get really big things out, whereas this is just trying to maximize our landfall so that way we can maximize our Toph's experience counters. But let me know what you think of Toph in the comments down below. And I will try to not do any more mono green ones out of Avatar for at least a couple days. But as always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.